Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX Zikan Girade from Kamen Rider Geo. So this is his kind of main weapon. It is both a sword and a gun. As you can see in the sword mode it says Ken, which is sword, and then it says Ju in gun mode, which is gun. So very fun, colorful packaging here. Nice picture of Geo. You have the gun and sword versions both featured. On this side you can see here is Geo wielding it in gun mode. On this side, here is Geo wielding it in sword mode. Pretty cool picture down here on the bottom. And then on the back, again, you just have more pictures of Geo and the sword and the gun. Obviously, the toy is not that long. That would be nice, but not practical to sell as a toy. Very simple to change it back and forth. We'll get into that. I think a pretty fair, decent amount of functionality. We'll get into that as well. 2 AAA batteries required. But yeah, that's going to do it for the packaging, so let's go ahead and get inside and take a closer look. Alright, so here it is straight out of the box. It does come packaged in gun mode. You can see very big in katakana it says Ju for gun. It has the watch with the watch band thing going on here. I think that's pretty cool. I love the color scheme too. I think you have the black with the kind of hot pink and then this kind of turquoise color. Really cool color scheme. The colors all go really well together. Here's the on and off switch. Here's the speaker. It takes 2 AAA batteries, which you put down here in the handle. Unfortunately, this does not come with a ride watch. I kind of feel like it should come with maybe the Wizard ride watch, just because I feel like this gun sword kind of resembles Wizard's gun sword. And I just think it would have been neat to include the Wizard ride watch with this. But alas, no ride watch included with this set. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Says its name. So we just hit the trigger. Pretty cool blaster sounds there. I like that. And you can see the trigger is moving these buttons because that's going to help later on when it comes time for attaching a ride watch. If you have it just like this and you press this top button, so you can see that's kind of like the powered up gun. So basically you have the normal gun firing sound, then you have this like special attack gun sound, and that's with no watch attached. And it kind of just like sounds like it loads up and then fires off a volley of shots. So I think that sounds pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. Let's do it again for fun. So if you don't wait for the countdown and you do it early, it gives you kind of like an error sound. So you have to wait for it to count down from 5, it'll say 0 time, and then you can pull the trigger. If you try to jump the gun and do it too early, you get that weird error sound. If we take a watch, we'll go ahead and we'll start with Geo. It'll make this sound until you pull the trigger. So when you attach the watch, it starts the final attack. It'll kind of make that pulsating sound until you pull the trigger. When you do, the watch will say the name of the rider, and then it'll do the final attack sound. So yes, you can do it for every single different rider, but you're just going to get the name of the rider from the watch itself, and then the final attack sound will always be different from this. So if you want to take the watch off, you press this in, pop that off, and then just to show my point, here's Ghost. So there you go. Go ahead and push this in and pop that back out. So that is it for the gun mode. You come around to the back, you can see this large button back here. Hold that in and this will spin around. Now you can hear it shouts Ken. If we switch back, it says Jew. And it's kind of funny, like, just as soon as you start to turn it shouts out Ken. So here's the sword mode, fairly short. It does say Ken, which I think is pretty neat. But overall, not very long. Most roleplay weapon swords aren't. But now if we hit the trigger, you get kind of a generic clanging slash sound, which is pretty cool. You get another little pop of this kind of metallic teal paint, which I think looks really sharp. All of the paint on the blade over here I think looks pretty good. If we go ahead and hit that button, so you kind of get like a flurry of like clanging slash sounds, which sounds pretty cool. And then once again, if you do it too early, the sounds kind of just like you get an error sound, like you didn't do the countdown correctly. This time we'll use gates. So once again, the watch says the name of the rider, and then you get a cool final attack sound. And at this point, since we've done everyone except build, so I think it's pretty cool. I mean, while it gives you a reason to use different watches, because at least you get the watch to say the name of the rider itself, the different watches don't pull different sounds out of this. As you can see, there's no reader in here. But because the watches have sounds and electronics in themselves, you'll get the name of the rider from the watch, and then you'll get the same attack sound, depending on if you're in sword or gun mode. But overall, I think it's pretty cool. I definitely like the color scheme. I like the gun and the sword mode. See if I can get it to stand. There we go. That's always fun. So I think this weapon is pretty fun. It doesn't come with a ride watch, so I can understand how a lot of people might want to pass it up, and that's perfectly understandable. It's definitely not something that you need like to complete your ride watch collection, since it doesn't come with a ride watch. But I think there's a lot of fun to be had with this. I really like the design of both the sword and the gun mode. I love the color scheme. I think the black, the silver, the hot pink, and the turquoise work really well together as a color scheme. I love the way it has the katakana in both modes, and they, engineered it so that it could kind of reuse this piece depending on, how you go, and it still works with the katakana. I think that's kind of neat. And you get a decent amount of sounds out of this. You get like a generic attack sound, a souped up attack sound, and then the watch attack sound for both modes. And depending on which watch you attach, it makes the watch say the name of the rider. So it works well in tandem with all the different watches, because it gets a unique sound out of the watch itself, and then you get, the super attack sound from attaching the watch. So I think it's pretty fun. I mean, I can understand, again, a lot of people might pass this one up just because it doesn't come with a watch. They don't feel obligated to buy it to complete their watch collection. But I think there's fun to be had here. I definitely think kids would love it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.